Ladies and gentlemen, we've been told a lie about nothing. We've been told a lie about the zero. They want us to think the zero is a place of misfortune, a place of disfortune, a place of emptiness, a place of lack. But we need to learn to embrace the zero, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jeffrey Darty. This is a New Cosmic Knowledge morning mantra. And I want to talk to you a little bit about the zero this morning. And let's talk about the zero in three manifestations, if you will. Let's talk about the zero in relationships. Let's talk about the zero in money or work. And let's talk about the zero in, I don't know what the third one is, but I'll remember it when we get to it. So let's look at this. We're taught, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully my whiteboard is still here. So let me share it. There's my whiteboard. So we're taught, ladies and gentlemen, that this is a zero. It's empty. It's nothing. There's nothing there. It's lack. But when you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, that's not a zero. That's a circle. And that is not lack. That is completion. That is not broken. That is perfection. There's nothing wrong with that zero. It's a circle. It's a complete form. And that's who and what you are when you are not in relationship. That's who you are. That's what you are. You're complete. You're perfect. There is no lack. There is no end. You're complete and you're perfect. And that's the thing that you have to realize. This world wants you to think. This world wants you to believe. This world wants you to really think in your mind that without a relationship, you're a zero. But the fact of the matter is, without a relationship, you're a complete circle. You have everything you need and all the time in the world to do it. It's a blessing to be in a circle state of singleness. You can get much more done. You can accomplish much more. And the beautiful thing about being in a circle state of singleness is that you can do your inside job. You can get yourself to the place that you want to be. So don't let the world tell you that because you're single, you're a zero. The fact of the matter is, when you're single, you're complete. Now, another fact of the matter is that if you want to, ladies and gentlemen, once you get yourself to the place of being in a perfect single state, you can, if you want to, and you can figure out how to do it, you can create yourself a state where you can find somebody else to link up with. And why would you do this? Because as a perfect single state, you can do your mission, you can do your work, you're powerful, you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. But if you can find someone else that you can link up with and combine their divinity, their sovereignty, their freedom with your divinity, your sovereignty and freedom, if you can combine together in doing your work and doing your mission, wow, now you've got something even better. But even if you don't have anyone, you still got yourself, and you are a complete, powerful entity. Don't ever forget that. And let's talk about money now. Oh, if you don't have a job or if you don't work for somebody, you're broke. You got no money. But I want to remind you something. You still got you. And we did a podcast excellence, an episode of Podcast Excellence yesterday about the kingdom of God. And it said, seek ye first the sovereignty of self. And all these things being money for living, money for clothing, money for food, will be added unto you. So seek ye first the sovereignty of self is the master saying, find a way to be self-sufficient. Find a way to do what you do. Find a way to be what you be. Find a way to do your great basic purpose in a way where you're not working for someone else. And in so doing, you will find that all of these things will be added unto you, and you'll still be divine. You'll still be sovereign. You'll still be free. I don't know, but if I were you, I would watch that Podcast Excellence yesterday and see if that resonates with you. And remember, again, if you get yourself sovereign and free, you've always got the option, ladies and gentlemen, to decide if you would like to You can always decide, you know what? I like being divine, sovereign, and free. I like the way that you're divine, sovereign, and free. Why don't we link up? And now we've got twice as much power financially, too, twice as much power spiritually. But you don't have to have that. And I would ask you to consider, if being entrepreneurial, if being your own boss, seek ye first the sovereignty of self, and all these things will be added unto you. I wonder if that is not worth consideration, ladies and gentlemen. I wonder if that's not worth consideration, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, in a spiritual sense, well, if you're not alone, you can't do your work. If you're alone, you can't be as effective if you're alone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the only place to get to be of any spiritual worth is to be alone. And again, if you look at being alone, you are complete, you are perfect. Can you again, if things are right, have another person along in a spiritual sense to help complete your work and make your work more effective? Sure, you can. But let me tell you something. If it gets like this, if it gets to a place where it's not good and it's not where you want it to be, it will take away from your work. So don't be afraid to be single. Don't be afraid to be a circle. Don't be afraid to be what the world calls a zero, because a zero in relationship is a person that's getting their own business done, and a person who is complete and who is powerful and who has the option to add and to work with a second person if they decide to. A person that is a circle, a zero in money, is a person that is divine, sovereign, and free, and is seeking sovereignty of self and is having things added unto them, that has the option of partnering up with someone else. And a person who is a circle and single in spirituality is a person that's going and growing, and again, is ready to make a difference and has an option, if they wish, to add someone to help and to multiply. But you are not a zero. You are complete, you are whole, you are total when you are not a zero, but a circle. It ain't about zeros, it's about circles. So embrace that circle and forget what these idiots are saying to you, because they're just trying to tear you down. You're the last generation of real humans. Don't listen. Get busy.